What's going on, everybody? I'm Scott Oots. Today I have a special guest. I have the person that has been my mentor since I started this business. The person that helped me get to where I am today. You may know him as Sean Terry or Flip to Freedom.
What's up? How's it going? And hey, I don't want to take all the credit because you are an innovator, literally came into this business and made your own mark in this world and went out there and crushed it. So I did a very, very small portion of just go, here's how to flip a house. And you kind of took it from there.
You did a lot more than you know. You got me here. I'm so excited to have Sean here. Sean has been a big part of my life since I started this business, and he has really helped me get to where I am today. And we actually have a meetup tonight. Boom! By the time you're probably watching this, it's in the past. But we do have a meetup tonight. Sean is going to be attending. We've got almost 200 people that are coming to that.
Sweet.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. But having Sean here in the office, this is really cool. Having him come and visit us. He literally comes to California for the summer, hangs out over in Dana Point.
Yep, yeah. The beach house, hanging out with the kids. Actually, it was funny. I was going out today. I was getting in my car, and I looked up and I was like, it was because it's been like the June gloom for the past like week or whatever down at the beach. Mm-hmm. And I walked out and it was like crystal clear and it was sunny. It was 81 degrees at the beach. I'm like, I wonder if I should skip today and go to the beach. It's like so nice.
No.
I was like, no. Yeah, I know. It's like,
but now you're
I can't do that to another Corona, California.
It's so much warmer.
I never do that. So.
But I'm excited to have him here. One thing that Sean does well is he spends so much time with his family. I respect that so much. I mean, he's here for the summer with his daughters. His wife's here. Your wife's coming today or something.
Yeah, tonight. She's coming tonight.
So cool. That's so cool because as everyone grows this business, we talk about how to grow and what to do. But the thing you don't want to forget is to spend time with people, right? Spend time with your family, with your friends. Don't let it consume you 80 hours a week because you need to make sure you take those breaks. And really for your sanity, you got to take those breaks. But, Sean's business is where it is, where he can be here for the summer, spending time with his family. I'm getting to that point where I can escape my business and do things. But it's so exciting to see. I mean, when you look at the journey that you've had, I mean, getting to the point where you can go and spend time with your family and get away from your business like that, I mean, what advice do you have for everybody as far
Well,
as
I think you just got to realize in any business we talked about earlier that there's always ups and downs. There's always, nothing's ever perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect. But I think when you look at this business and what we're accomplishing and doing, if we're wholesaling houses, and if your mission is to go out and make an impact in the person you're dealing with, that one person, and you're going out there and that person is selling their house. Maybe they've never done it before. Maybe they never bought or sold a house before. So they've never done it. And we just talked about earlier something really important about building rapport, getting them to like and trust you, getting them to love you, which is a key component for one of your success in getting big spreads and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's important because if you focus on the person and who they are and understand it's a relationships involved and not just a transaction, but it's a relationship to help them in the best ability you can. And if you know for 100% fact that you are the best person in your market to handle that person, then you're going to go and meet that seller with absolute conviction. And if you can portray that to your team and realize that, and I talk about a couple different things when it comes to building a team. A team allows you to have leverage, and leverage allows you to escape, right? So leverage is meaning where we could be in a conversation right now doing a video, and you have someone answering the phone.
Yep.
Right, I have someone answering the phone. So we got marketing coming in, leads are coming in, the phone's being answered, your guys are in there, texting and talking and doing their job. So we're sitting here having a conversation, but business as usual is happening in your business and in my business. See, when we're doing everything ourselves, then what happens is if we don't work, nothing happens. So I would go to the beach, right? And I'd sit there, and the entire time at the beach, I'd feel guilty because I wasn't answering the phone, or I wasn't doing the marketing, or the deal wasn't closing, or I wasn't signing the docs, or I wasn't talking to the buyer, or something was happening, and I would sit there and I'd either pace or go back and forth and get on my phone or do whatever. And now it's amazing because leverage. But here's the thing I want to clarify that's incredibly important. Leverage is about people. And once you include people, people go, well, my business is like a family. But it's really not like a family. It actually is a family, right? So you have your family, which is your kids, your family, your wife. Then you got your team of people. That is your family. I mean, these guys, if you cherish your family and cherish your business and the people in your business as you cherish your family, and you care more about them than the numbers, you care more about them and their success, because each person in your company, the leverage that we're talking about that allows you to have the freedom, everyone has their goals and ambitions and dreams and what they want to accomplish, and they want to achieve more in their life. If you're sincerely interested in helping them achieve the success within your company, and you really give them a pathway to do it, and they really understand and you sincerely care about you and then what happens? They'll die for the cause. They'll do more than anything. And guess what? If you have a weak link and someone's really not doing that well, then help them, work with them, teach them, train them, develop them, and help them, give them that opportunity where you can inspire them and lift them up, and they'll do more in your business, and they'll do more for them than they've ever dreamt possible. And I think, and I am to this day still working on becoming a better leader when it comes to developing my team and my family within my business. There's a lot of times I wasn't, because I looked at it as leverage versus just looking at it, hey, I'm building an actual family of people. And you've done that really well. And you've actually taken that off a lot quicker, I think, than I have. It took me 15 years, and it took you literally 12 to 18 months.
There's always room for improvement, though.
Yeah, but you're a lot better at that when you create the environment with ringing the bell. I think that's phenomenal. You're rewarding success and taking your team out, and you're all drinking margaritas.
Right.
It
happened one time.
And then someone comes crawling to the office the next day, or not.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, or not. Yeah. Right. So that happens, right? It's part of the thing. But so I think when it comes to that, but you got to remember is that it all starts with you. It all starts with your vision, what you're gonna create. And the great thing about it is this business is amazing. This business, I mean, we're in real estate we're wholesaling. It's transactional, but there's so much more that you can build. I mean, we're in escrow on $22 million worth of student housing projects right now. Jeez. And I currently own 420 units. So we're literally going to double our portfolio right now to close to 1,000 student housing units, which is amazing because that just creates massive amounts of cash flow for not only investment partners, but my family, my future, my kids and their future, and it's amazing because now it allows you to do what you love to do, which is stuff like this. Now you're starting to move into the space of education and teaching people. There's a bunch of fulfillment there. It's awesome.
There is, yeah. And as we're talking about the units and stuff he's buying and the student housing he's doing, I look up to him for that. I mean, you have to find the person that you want to look up to, the person that was your mentor or videos you watch. I mean, eventually I want to get there. I want to buy units. I want to have things like that. I want to have that residual income come in. And, we talk about team and how we do things. I have a very strange environment in my office. I've done a video walking you guys through my office. I like to say it's an adult daycare center half the time. But ultimately, you have to take care of your team, and you probably wouldn't be where you are if you didn't take care of your team. So you can never be a perfect leader. You always have to grow. You always have to do things to improve yourself.
Yep.
And your team always has to do things to improve themselves too. But always spend the time training your team. Spend the time having fun with them, not just in the office. Now, I'm not saying go out and get drunk. I'm not saying go out and do things like that. I'm saying maybe take your team out to a dinner. Spend some time with them, reward the successes. And when the failures come, that is the hardest thing, but you have to find a way to get over the failures and grow from that. Sure, you had a lot of failures in your business as you were.
Oh yeah, and still do. It's still learning. Still make the wrong hires. I hired, a couple years ago. I hired. Man, she sold solars, and she did it door to door, and she was going to crush it. And it was June, and I was getting ready to go and out to my house in California, and I was like, okay, I hired her. Literally cost the company about $378,000.
Oh my gosh.
And not only lost opportunity, but the whole thing. So I look at it is you still make mistakes because for me, I look at it and I'm a sales guy, right? So I'm easily sold. I'm the worst sucker at selling. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Whatever. Okay, I'm done. I'm the guy that's gonna buy it, right? Everything on the block. But anyway, so the bottom line is, and also I see people and I look at their best, basically what they could bring to not really bring to the table, but I look at them at what they are, what they could be, instead of maybe being more critical of the situation. So I've actually had to put in myself filters in place where I'm like, okay, first off, you have to go through a survey. You have to, take this personality test. You have to read these books. You have to interview with Gia to go through. Then you have to interview with my wife. Then you get to me, right? So I have to have all these steps. Right, and then, okay, now I can come in, I can give them a high five and say you're hired, if they make it there, which majority of people don't anyways, right? So it weeds out the idiots.
And I'm more hands-on with the hiring.
Yeah.
For me, I want to be part of that process because the thing is we started hiring not for skills. We started hiring for if they're going to fit in with our team. Yeah. Our team, we have a lot of fun, but we're very close. And it's so important because most things can be trained. You're looking for, does this person potentially have the skill set or do they have the drive and want to get to a certain point? Right. But does this person actually have a life similar to what we're doing, mindset similar to what we're doing? Will they actually fit in with our team, or will we all be standing there talking and they're sitting in the corner facing the wall? Right. We don't want something like that because in this position, in this entire business, the most important thing is talking to people. Right. Rapport building. Whether you're on the phone in the office taking the calls in, whether you're a VA in the Philippines, whether you're doing transaction coordinating, you're at the house, you're doing dispositions, it doesn't matter. The entire business is customer focused. Now, there's multiple types of customers in this business. You have the seller, you have the buyer. Yep. You've got a lot of different places you got to go. A lot of times you have attorneys that are representing the sellers and buyers. You have to be able to talk to anybody at any time. And for me, that I like being involved in the hiring because that's what we're looking for. We just hired someone this week, or I guess it was last week. He started this week, and we sat here and we make the most awkward interviews. And you should video those. That would actually be a lot of fun. That one would have been good, right? We told them before the interview, bring something to sell us. Bring something to sell us. Bring a pen. And our whole intention was we're going to mess up whatever it is he's coming to sell us. And he started. He was doing good. He was nervous. He's sitting right at the other end of this table trying to sell us a notepad. And he was writing in black ink on the notepad, showing us how we can write on it. He did very well. And I looked at him and said, "Oh man, only problem is I'm colorblind. I can't see the black ink." I said, "If you can demonstrate it with a blue pen, that'd be much better." And he looked at us and he goes, "I don't have a blue pen." I said, "Well, how much is a notepad?" $1. Me and Mike were both sitting here and we both held up our blue pen. Right. Well, I got a blue pen, you know. So Mike says, "Hey, tell you what, I'll sell you the blue pen for $1. Right. And I said, "Well, I'm not buying it unless I see it in blue." Right. So what do? He bought the pen from Mike, wrote on the notepad, and then Mike said, "Well, you know what? In that case, I'll just take the notepad. We're even then, right?" So he got the notepad for free. And he's sitting here going, "What just happened?" Yeah, did I just miss the ball here? But our whole goal was to make him feel awkward. Right. Because do you fit in with our team? Can you step outside of your comfort zone and be very awkward with things? Right. Because some of the things that have happened at houses, I mean, because we're dealing with distressed sellers. Because here's the deal. Anybody who sells their house at 50, 60 cents on the dollar, there's something awkward there. There's something going on there. We had a guy that would sell us the house if my sales rep would go back and let him cook him lunch. And this guy was weird. He thought people were after him. very strange.
Yeah.
And we're like, you're going back to the house or you're going to have lunch. And this house was bad, not a place you want to eat out of.
Yeah.
But the guy's literally putting on gloves to make lunch.
Oh, no.
I mean,
I've done it where I've had a guy want to get a beer. Said, hey, you got to drink a beer with me, then I'll do it. Hey, I have no problem with that. No problem.
I'll drink 10 if you sell me your house.
I know.
I mean, geez, I'll Uber home.
It's funny. We were in a meetup that I was doing, and Jared Vidalis, right, was there, and he said, the guy said, I'll sell you my house if you smoke a bong with me.
Oh, jeez.
So that went a Of course, Jared's like, sure, done. Done.
Yeah, right.
He's like, Jared.
What do you want?
I know.
I mean, that's the thing, and of course, we're not condoning.
No.
But
no. Anyways,
but just the different things you encounter,
right?
Yeah, I know. Well, the different things you encounter. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. You can't really prepare someone for it.
Right.
When somebody comes on in these positions, we started recording a lot of our appointments and doing things like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to listen to because it helps set people up for this.
Right.
But we started to get to an outside sales role with us. You have to start inside.
Right.
You have to go through the ringer.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you take someone, you're molding them, right? Because we're not hiring for experience. We're hiring based on do you fit in with our team.
Right.
So we use that time to mold them. Just sit here and beating down on them. It's almost like bringing someone into a frat, right?
Right.
And you're literally sitting here and it's hazing year.
Yeah.
And
for 11 months.
Exactly. And Aaron, who just got promoted, he did it for, I think it was 10 and a half months.
Yeah.
And there were some times where we're like, man, he's not going to survive this one. I mean, we're not doing anything bad, but we're just really critiquing everything every single day. Nope, what you said is wrong. Oh my God, I don't even want you on the phone right now. Give me the phone.
Give me the phone.
Stay away.
But what you're
me.
doing is you're chiseling off all the rough edges and you're refining someone now that can go out. Now he's been crushing it though, right?
He got 4 deals so far,
and
he's only been in outside sales for a little over a week.
Yeah. But he has 10 and a half months, 11 months, already experienced talking to sellers, making offers, doing deals. So now he's just going to get in front of someone. He's been probably chomping at the bit to get in front of
think
someone.
of the thick skin he's got now. I mean, what we've put him through for 10 months, it doesn't matter what a seller says.
Yeah.
The appointment today he had that he locked up, he spent an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the house. And an hour and a half in, the guy said no.
Right.
He came back with that contract.
Really? Oh,
so,
see, I love that.
Mike, he spent 5 hours at a house. 5 hours. I got him tickets to the Angels game that night. He was going to go. Great seats. Well, I don't want to lie. I didn't get them. They were given to me. And I gave them to him as a gift. But I was still the good guy.
Yeah.
But I gave him the tickets, and he was so excited to go to this game. Yeah, he stayed at that house, and he was going to go with his son. 5 hours.
So I think the bottom line is what we're talking about this is that sometimes you have to go the extra mile, and it's not a 9 to 5 job.
No.
This is, from a sales perspective, from an ownership perspective, from an entrepreneur's perspective, this is not a 9 to 5 job. I've sat with people for hours and hours and hours on end. I've walked into appointments where the guy's like, I'm not selling below this, I'm not signing anything today, and I walk out with a contract. Yeah. And that's the challenge. That's like, he says, and you walk out with the deal, and it's a win-win, and they're actually high-fiving you on the way out to the door. You know, it's such an amazing business, especially the acquisition side of it. I mean, that's probably my favorite stuff, and your favorite stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, acquisitions to me is fun. For me, I started liking to step back in the operations role and just kind of building more, coming up with the next crazy thing we're going to do. And everyone in my office always says, oh my gosh, what business are we starting next? What venture is it? It's like, hey, glad you asked. So let's start these 10 businesses. And that's what I'm really enjoying doing. And we have a lot of different things running out of our office, which is fun. But just hearing some of the stories, being part of all this, having all my team be so close together is so nice. But,
now, for guys that are just starting and just watching this, don't go out of the gate starting 10 businesses because you're going to fail. So,
100%.
Get your business where it's actually producing. You've been in this for 4 years. You've been crushing it for 4 years. You're crushing it. You're doing, $1.25 million, which is huge, right? So, but now you're in a position where now you can have the ability to start because you have your systems, process, and people in place where you can go out there and crush it. Same with me. I mean, I got my team that's operational. It's already crushing. It's doing millions of dollars in revenue. And I have multiple other businesses that are multi-million-dollar businesses that run that allows me to spend the time and do other things and be here in Southern California. Monday I'm flying out to go look at another apartment complex, and then I gotta go back and shoot some things. Then I go back out to to San Diego to do some stuff. So the cool thing is that this business is a stepping stone, a starting point that can build into bigger, better things. And there's people watching that right now that have more talent than we do.
Oh yeah.
Right? They have more ability than us. They're better educated maybe than we are. That's going to take this business and crush it to the next level, which is exciting, right? And you might watch this video and just get inspired to say, hey, listen, this is something I can get into, and I can turn around, sign a contract with a seller, right? And I can turn around, sign a contract with a buyer, and I can make an average of $75,000,
maybe
$100,000 spread, on a deal, which is huge. Which it takes the average person, a year to 2 years to make that type of money.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, in most cases. So, but you guys, this is so great to have my mentor here. This is very exciting. We have our meetup tonight. By the time you see this, it'll be a meetup last night or the night before. But good guy here. If you don't follow Sean, make sure you go and do that. Flip to Freedom. His courses are great. That's how I started. So it's always good to check some of that stuff out. A lot of people have asked me about coaching and what we're doing. For me, I don't do the courses right now, so definitely check out Sean and all that stuff. I have partnered with a mastermind, so we have Wholesaling Elite Mastermind. If you are interested in that, we got these cool boxes. I'm not going to open them up. But if you want to see what's inside here, go to wholesaleelitemastermind.com, submit a form.
Well, the cool thing is you're paying for speed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's exactly it.
And here's the best way I can relate this, right? So what took me 15 years to figure out, right? 15 years to figure out how to talk to a seller, acquisitions, hiring process, and actually what to build, and then KPIs. It took me 15 years of struggle and figuring out and reading books and implementing and making mistakes and spending money and do this stuff. You come in and you can pay for speed and take all that 15 years of experience, learn it, and all of a sudden, boom, bam, crush it to where, we're essentially at or close to the same revenue levels in our wholesaling business. And it's what took me 15 years, you're there in 4 years. Yeah. That's called paying for speed. That's what a mastermind's about. That's what a coach is about. Definitely look into that. And that's how people make massive leaps and jumps in their life and their business. And I am an absolute advocate of that. I attend masterminds. I spend tons of money on different masterminds, going and educating. I know you do. Yeah. It's a key component of your business. So if anything you can do is find someone that you resonate with, like a Scott, that you can pay for speed. And what takes someone 15 years to do, you can literally do overnight.
100%. So check it out, wholesaleelitemastermind.com. Check out Sean, Flip to Freedom. Thanks for coming.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. See you guys on the next one.